The ocean covers more than 70% of our planet. And yet, we know more about the surface of Mars than what lies beneath its waves. 12,000 feet below the Atlantic, where light cannot reach, the wreck of the Titanic rests, frozen in time. And in June 2023, a group of explorers dared to see it with their own eyes. Their journey would become one of the most shocking maritime disasters in modern history. A story of innovation, risk, and fatal overconfidence. OceanGate Expeditions was a private company founded by Stockton Rush, an engineer and entrepreneur who dreamed of making deep-sea exploration accessible to civilians. His creation was the Titan Submersible, a 22-foot carbon fiber capsule designed to carry 5 people nearly 12,500 feet down to the Titanic's wreck site. The Titan wasn't like other deep-diving vehicles. It was small, experimental, and built from unconventional materials, including a carbon fiber hull, a material never before used for such extreme depths. Rush believed innovation meant breaking rules. He once said, "At some point, safety is just pure waste." But some warned that the ocean does not forgive arrogance. On June 18, 2023, the Titan prepared for its dive to the Titanic wreck site, 370 miles off the coast of Newfoundland. Aboard were 5 people: Stockton Rush, the CEO and pilot; Hamish Harding, a billionaire adventurer; Shahzada Dawood and his 19-year-old son Suleiman from Pakistan; and Paul-Henri Narjolet, a veteran French diver who had visited the Titanic more than 30 times. The mission was to descend more than 12,000 feet, spend a few hours surveying the wreck, then return to the surface. It was supposed to be routine, but within 2 hours of launch, contact was lost. At 9:45 a.m., Titan began its descent. For the first hour, everything appeared normal. The team reported reaching a depth of about 10,000 feet. Then, suddenly, all communication stopped. The support ship, Polar Prince, tried for hours to re-establish contact. There was no response, no signal, no sonar, nothing. At first, OceanGate insisted it might just be a communication glitch, but by afternoon, it was clear. The Titan was missing. When news broke, the world watched in disbelief. A multinational rescue mission launched immediately, involving US, Canadian, and French ships, sonar equipment, and even deep-sea drones. Every hour mattered. Officials warned the sub had only 96 hours of oxygen on board. For 4 days, the search dominated headlines. Families waited on shore. The world hoped for a miracle. Then, sonar picked up mysterious underwater banging sounds. Searchers raced to the coordinates, but found nothing. On June 22nd, a robotic vehicle located debris about 1,600 feet from the Titanic's bow. What they found confirmed the worst. The Titan had imploded, a catastrophic collapse caused by extreme pressure. At that depth, water pressure exceeds 6,000 pounds per square inch, enough to crush steel like paper. Experts estimate the implosion happened just 1 hour and 45 minutes after descent began. Death would have been instantaneous, less than a millisecond. No pain, no warning, just silence. As the investigation unfolded, disturbing truths emerged. Former OceanGate engineers had repeatedly warned about the Titan's design. In 2018, the company's own director of marine operations, David Lockridge, was fired after reporting serious safety concerns. He warned that the carbon fiber hull had not been properly tested for repeated deep dives and could fail catastrophically under pressure. Rush dismissed the criticism, calling Lockridge too cautious. Other deep-sea experts, including the industry's top agencies, refused to certify the Titan, calling it experimental and unsafe. But OceanGate continued operating. Tickets cost $250,000 per person, and despite warnings, missions continued until tragedy struck. After the implosion, search teams recovered pieces of the submersible from the seafloor, twisted titanium and carbon fiber fragments, the last remains of a vision gone wrong. The U.S. Coast Guard opened a full investigation, calling it a major marine casualty. OceanGate suspended all operations indefinitely. And around the world, debates reignited about the ethics of private exploration and how far we should go in the name of discovery. The Titan tragedy is more than a story of human loss. It's a warning that even the smartest minds cannot outsmart the laws of nature. The ocean is vast, silent, and merciless. At its depths, there is no forgiveness, only pressure. Stockton Rush once said he didn't want to be remembered for taking too few risks. He wasn't. But at 12,000 feet below the surface, risk became his final legacy. 5 explorers lost in pursuit of history, swallowed by the same ocean that claimed the Titanic. In the deep, ambition met its limit, and silence told the rest of the story.